Everybody thought Boruto just came back stronger. Nobody realized he came back with information. And information is way more dangerous. Let's break it down. Last time we left off, Boruto returned to the village, Code got embarrassed, and everybody started asking the same question. What the hell happened during those 3 years? Because Boruto wasn't just acting like somebody who was stronger. He was acting like somebody who already knew what was coming. And that's because he kinda did. Now before we go any further, don't forget, Momoshiki is still inside Boruto. Boruto is still 100% Otsutsuki. That bomb never stopped ticking. But somehow, that's not even the craziest part anymore. Because, you remember Kashin Koji? The Jiraiya clone? The guy everybody thought got disappeared? During that fight with Ishiki? Yeah, he came back. And somehow, he got upgraded. I guess Zenkai boosts aren't only for Saiyans because while knocking on death's door, Kashin Koji gained access to something called prescience. Now don't think of it as perfect future sight. That's not what it is. He can't see one guaranteed future. He can see countless possible futures. To an extent. Stay with me. Future after future. Timeline after timeline. Different outcomes. Different disasters. And through Kashin Koji, Boruto started seeing how bad things can get. Futures where everything goes wrong. Futures where people float off to the big tree in the sky. Futures where everything falls apart. Futures where the mission fails. And that's when Boruto changes. Because Boruto didn't just come back carrying power. He came back carrying the weight of futures, where everybody loses. And once you understand that, everything about Two Blue Vortex makes sense. The way he talks, the way he moves, the way he never panics. Because he's already seen versions of the story that end badly. But information alone wasn't enough. Because while Kashin Koji was giving Boruto information, Sasuke was turning him into a monster. Kenjutsu, survival, discipline, battle IQ. Everything people wondered about. We're seeing the results in real time. That's why Boruto comes back moving different. That's why he embarrasses Code. That's why he feels like a completely different person. Using techniques connected to Minato's legacy? Creating techniques of his own? This is not Minato's flying Raijin, mind you. Boruto created his own. While moving like somebody that already had the answers at that point, people stopped asking where Boruto was and started asking what Sasuke did to this man. But there was a cost. Because just when Sasuke succeeded, just when Boruto proved to be the shinobi he needed to be, Sasuke got taken off the board, turned into a goddamn tree. And now Boruto is carrying the mission alone. Now here's the scary part. Even after training with Sasuke, even after gaining all that experience, Boruto was still worried. Think about that. The most prepared version of Boruto we've seen to the date was still worried. Which means the problem was never Code. Because while everybody focused on Code, the Ten Tails evolved. The Claw Grinds evolved. And something called the Shinju started appearing, including one named Jura. And trust me, Code wishes he was still the biggest problem. And in the next part, we're talking about why Code was never the villain, what Jura wants, and why the entire ninja world is in more trouble than they realize.